teach you all about our birds today. So we're going to learn all about our parrots and our birds of prey. So come join us. Alright, so behind me here we have all of our parrots. We've got a handful of macaws. This is Sky, our blue and gold macaw. Rio is a green-winged macaw. Green-winged macaws are actually the second largest parrot in the world, so he's a pretty impressive size. We've got Pedro down here, who is a Amazon. Our sun conure, her name is Baby Bird, and we also have Leela and Kiwi. We'll get them out in a minute to meet you guys. And these guys are having fun outside. We love to teach people about parrots. A lot of people get them as pets. They're beautiful. Some of them talk. They're all very loud and very messy though. And it's kind of like having a 2-year-old for 80 years. They live for a very long time. They're a very big commitment. And if you look at natural history with parrots, in the wild they actually mate for life, which is a pretty cool thing. They'll pick one other parrot and that's who they're going to bond with for their entire life. As a pet, if they're only, by themselves and have your family as, their parrots that they're going to bond to, they'll pick one person usually. And if they pick you as their person, they will love you. They want all of your time and attention. It's a really awesome bond you can make. But they usually are very, very protective over their person, so they could be really aggressive to other people. That's how we've gotten some of our parrots. They just don't do well in bigger situations. They can be mean to other people. Again, they're very loud and destructive. So you really got to do your research before you get a pet and make sure that it's the right fit for you. And it is, like I said, a very big commitment. A lot of times you have to put these guys in your will. They will outlive us. So we love them. They are beautiful. They're pretty fun. They keep us entertained here. But they're a really tough pet choice to have. Right, Rio? Yeah. Woo!
This is Archie, and Archie is our barred owl. And he's called a barred owl because he has these bars going across his chest. They're a native species of owl to all over North America. Now, he was brought into the local Audubon because he is missing his eye. He was brought in as a tiny little baby, and we were actually lucky enough to be able to help hand raise him. Right away, the veterinary staff knew he was not going to be able to go back into the wild because his eye does not work. Barred owls need really good vision. They rely on their depth perception to be able to hunt at night because they're nocturnal. Without that eye, he would not be able to be successful in the wild. So that's why we have him, and he goes to lots of shows and does educational programs with us. Now, owls are used by scientists as a barometer species. And what that means is when there's no owls in a region, there's something wrong with that ecosystem because these guys will eat everything. Mice, rats, shrews, snakes, lizards, frogs, other birds. They have such a variety of a diet that without barred owls in an area, you know that there's not a lot of food sources. That means there's something wrong with that ecosystem. So if you have barred owls in your backyard, or any owl species, you have a healthy ecosystem. It's pretty cool. And he is a raptor. And raptors have these great big strong beaks and these big sharp talons. He's a bird of prey. As you can see, I'm wearing this glove because he eats mice and rats and he rips them to shreds and bites them into pieces. And he uses his great big teeth and his great big talons to do that with. If I didn't have this glove on, my hands would be bleeding because of how sharp his nails are. If you ever see a wild owl or any bird of prey on the floor or gotten kicked out of a nest, don't try to help it. please contact your local rehabber and find a place to take it. Put it in a box, put a towel over it, don't talk to it, don't interact with it, because unfortunately a lot of people try to help wild animals, but all they're doing is imprinting humans onto them, and they think humans are parents and that's where food comes from, and those animals are usually unsuccessful at being returned back to the wild.
Alright, so this is Alberta. She is an eastern screech owl. These guys are found right here in our backyards in Florida and all up and down the eastern part of the United States. And they are a master of disguise. These guys are excellent camouflagers. So if you look here, she's going to blend in perfectly with this bark. Owls are a nocturnal species, so they sleep at night, they sleep during the day, and they're going to wake up at night and be active hunting. So during the day, they're going to sleep in hollowed out tree cavities and blend in perfectly. So most people never even realize this little species is out there. This is one of the smallest species of owl. This is a full-grown adult, and she's about the size of my hand. People always say, oh, it looks like a baby owl, but this is in fact an adult, and I do have to wear gloves with me because she has very sharp nails and a really strong beak, so it's important to keep protected. They are still a bird of prey. She is a fierce little predator. They are going to eat a lot of little rodents and lizards here, and are a very important part of the ecosystem, so they are federally protected. In fact, we have permits with U.S. Fish and Wildlife to have our birds of prey here to educate people about them because they were deemed non-releasable. So Alberta was actually hit by a car. Owls like to kind of hunt in the highways and roadways a lot, and car strikes are something you hear about often. We have a second screech owl as well. His name is Crash. He was also hit by a car, and both of them got impacted on their left side in that injury and now have a dead left eye. So they can't see or hear on their left side and would not be very successful hunting, which is why we got contacted to give them a forever home, educate our guests and all of you guys at home all about this amazing species. Right, Alberta?
So this is Beetle, and Beetle is our red-shouldered hawk. Now he's a diurnal birds of prey species, meaning he's active during the daytime. And he'll hunt a lot of the same animals that the owls will, but just in the daylight. Now, Beetle was imprinted. He got brought into our Audubon, and he was imprinted. Someone tried to help him. Unfortunately, people that are untrained try to help wild animals get back to the wild, and they don't really know what they're doing. He thought food comes from people. He was never able to start hunting and eating on his own. The people found him. He actually had a broken leg. They tried to do a lot of good things with him, but unfortunately, he was imprinted on humans. So please, 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 if you find injured wildlife, bring them to your local rehabber. Don't try to help them. Rehabbers have the resources and the training necessary to make sure animals make it back into the wild. But he is an awesome bird and an awesome ambassador. He gets to meet lots of people and teach them about birds of prey here in Florida and all over the United States.
Alright, so this is Leela. She is our lilac-crowned Amazon, and this type of parrot is native to the rainforests of Mexico. Unfortunately, they are an endangered species, and a big part of that is because of habitat loss. So, hi Leela. We like to always educate people about ways that we can all help protect our habitats. And I like the 3 R's: reduce, reuse, and recycle. Now recycling, hopefully you guys all know and do. You know, recycling your paper products, your plastic products, glass products. That's going to be really helpful to reuse things. And that kind of goes with the other 2 R's, reducing and reusing. Right, Leela? So those go hand in hand. Reducing and reusing is a perfect example would be like taking your grocery bags and making sure you're bringing reusable bags so you're not taking all those plastic bags. So you're reusing something over and over and you're reducing your plastic use. Same goes for cups, you know, use a reusable cup instead of a plastic cup, metal straws. All of those are great examples of ways that we can all help protect the rainforest that these guys live in. Now, they are very, very important for their homes because they like to eat lots of fruits and seeds and different vegetation. So when they eat all those seeds and they go to the bathroom, they are actually really important at replanting trees and helping to fertilize those. So that's a very important role that these guys are going to play in the habitats that they live in. They also will break off a lot of branches too, which helps regrow different plants as well. And they are just beautiful, aren't you, Leela? You excited? Hi. Now they are fully flighted. We do actually clip Leela's wings so that she can't fly away too far from us. Birds are excellent flyers. They're very lightweight. Their bone structures are very interesting. They actually have hollow bones to help keep them lightweight so they can fly really well throughout the rainforest, and she's got that beautiful color to help her camouflage up in the trees. Right?
Thank you guys for watching the vlog today. We hope you enjoyed seeing all the birds that call the sanctuary home.
Yes, some of them are very loud, but they're pretty, and we love to be able to give them a good home here at the sanctuary and teach all of you guys all about them.
Yeah, do your research before you get a pet bird. They do live a really long time, like we said. They have a really, really expensive diet, and they require a lot of care and maintenance, so do your research.
Yeah, so make sure if you see any native birds that you're making sure they're staying safe and protected. If you are not sure if something looks injured or a baby fell out of a nest, call your licensed local rehab facility to get the proper help. It's actually a big myth. You can still pick birds up and put them back in the nest, and mom will still come take care of them even if you have a little bit of your smell on them. But definitely ask and making sure they're staying nice and protected. They're great for our ecosystem.
Yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you next time.